In this video, let's discuss 10 things you should do if you are looking to sell your home. Now, these 10 things are going to be completely separate from any sort of financial obligations or anything you should do, whether it's getting an agent or listing the home on your own. These are just things you should do in preparation before you have your home shown to your first potential buyer. And I just want to say, before we jump into those 10 things, welcome. My name is Heather and this is Dollar for Dollar. And on this channel, I provide financial tips and tricks so you can find financial freedom. So let's talk what to do when you want to sell your home. The very first thing you should do before you list your home, if you are looking to sell, is do a deep clean. Nobody wants to walk through your home feeling like it's dirty and dingy, so that means every service needs a deep scrub, and that means your carpets and your rugs should either be professionally cleaned or you should have them cleaned with a nice carpet cleaner. The second thing you'll want to do, minimize the stuff. That's right, minimize your clutter. So get rid of it. Either get rid of stuff or store it, but 9 times out of 10, you already have too much stuff in your home anyway, so it's always nice to purge a little bit. But for example, if you have a treadmill that is in a room other than a dedicated gym, it needs to go. You need to store it. It needs to be out of sight, out of mind while your home is on the market. And I don't mean just put everything in your garage or basement, because what you don't want is for people to see your home as lacking storage, okay? We're not trying to give off that vibe. What we're trying to do here is make sure that people feel like you have plenty of space, they have plenty of room for their belongings, and that they will be able to make their lives fit in this home comfortably. Now, number 3 is one that I see all the time, and I'm sort of surprised that this hasn't become more common knowledge. And that is, you need to remove your personal photos, okay? Remove them. I'm not saying get rid of them, of course, just store them, put them out of sight, because what you want when you're putting your home on the market is for a potential buyer to see themselves living there. It's no longer your home. It's now their new home. And that's what you want to exude when this person is walking through your space for the very first time. I highly recommend you either replace the photo with something really generic, or you just remove the frames altogether and for the time being just leave it a little more bare. But I highly recommend you remove the personal pictures. Which that segues nicely into number 4, which is stage your home. Whether you're living in your home or whether you're already moved on, you need to make sure there is some type of staging. And the reason I say that is, well, there's a lot of reasons, frankly, but there's one big reason here, and that is when you have your home professionally staged, you give it a high-end feel. And if you're trying to get top dollar for your home, that's exactly the kind of feeling you're trying to exude, which is that your home is high end. And if you're looking at the market and you're saying to yourself, wow, I might be able to get XYZ because that's what the homes near me are going for, but you don't take the time to actually make the interior match that price tag, well, good chance you're going to be disappointed with either the lack of top dollar offers or the time it takes to sell your home. Frankly, staging your home typically results in a quicker, faster sale. And maybe you can't afford to have all of your home staged, which is totally fine. You definitely need to focus on 2 rooms in particular. The first being the living room and the second being the master bedroom. Now, number 5, quite frankly, is pretty common knowledge, I would think, but I see this all too often as well, and that is painting. So if you have walls that are not a neutral color, then you really should invest several $100s in painting those walls so that they're either maybe a white or an off-white, a tan, a beige, or even a soft gray. Those are all considered neutrals. Once you start going to the color wheel and you use blue, green, yellow, red, those are walls that typically are going to be more limiting, and they're going to turn off more potential buyers. Then they're going to excite them. So what you want to do is paint over those loud walls. I'm looking at you, green walls. And I say that because a lot of potential buyers, even though they can see the space as being really beautiful and having potential, they also see that as work for them, okay? If your whole house is a green, like mine was when we moved in, then they are going to quickly see not only dollar signs, but a lot of time and effort that they are going to spend painting those walls to make them, again, a more soft or neutral color. Number 6, let there be light. You want to make sure that when you're putting your home on the market, that not only you take photos of your home with lots of natural light, but that when your home is being shown, all of the curtains are pulled back, that you have the blinds or your shades pulled up all the way. You're letting in as much natural light as possible. And I say that because the more natural light you allow into a room, the larger that room tends to feel. And something else you need to make sure you are aware of when it comes to lighting, make sure all of your light bulbs match in color and that you have them all in your fixtures, okay? Nobody wants to go into your bathroom when there should be 4 lights in your vanity and only see one actually works. So remove the burnt light bulbs, replace them, and make sure, again, all of your lighting is matching and hopefully cohesive throughout your home so that, again, you're not only exuding a sense of we take care of our home and we live here, but also it's a more high-end, luxurious feeling when you have that kind of lighting consistency. By the way, if you are getting any value out of this video so far, please give it a like. It would greatly help. And also, leave me a comment below. What is something that I have shared today that you haven't thought of and something that maybe you're learning already? I'd love to hear from you. Number 7, make sure your yard is pristine, okay? Anytime you're gonna have a showing, anytime you're gonna have photos of your home taken, if you have a yard, you wanna make sure you have freshly cut grass or a reasonably, cut lawn. Make sure your weeds are removed, there's no overgrowth. And if you take care of your lawn rather frequently, but you maybe need to do a little more in terms of maybe pulling up some dead plants or, weeding, and it's going to take more of your time, hire somebody to come out for half a day and really do a lot of that for you, because that will last for quite a while before you need to go back and do some touch up and do it again. So now that your yard is beautiful, that segues very nicely into number 8, which is overall, make sure you have curb appeal. And curb appeal is extremely important because they have shown over and over that not only will you see a return on that investment when you actually take the time and spend a little money pouring into the exterior of your home, but you only get one first impression. And you want people to pull up to your house and say, wow, not, ugh. So make sure you spend the time, spend the money, whatever it takes to bring that yard to its full potential and really make your house shine. Number 9 is quite simple, frankly, and when you are selling your home, you want to have a daily checklist. These are things that you can do every single morning before you leave so that if you do have an unexpected showing pop up and you won't be home for a few hours, your home is ready to be viewed right on the spot and it won't catch you off guard. Now, of course, people understand that you are probably still living there, and especially if you have kids or pets, it may not be 100% perfect, but you did the bare minimum, which is making sure things were put away neatly, or at least the beds were made, or you at least close the toilet seat so that they're not looking in your toilet. Little things like that really can make a big difference when you're trying to sell your home and sell your home for top dollar. And number 10, finish those little repairs. Any of those last minute projects or things that you've just maybe neglected for a little bit, like finishing some trim work, or maybe you have a faucet that has been kind of leaking for a little while and you just need to get it replaced. Little things like that really make a difference because those are the details that a potential buyer could see. That could be a red flag for them to say, well, if they're neglecting a leaky faucet, for example, what else are they potentially neglecting in this home that could be an even bigger concern? And you don't want to do that to a potential buyer. So make sure you do that. And number 10 actually leads me to kind of a bonus tip here, which is you can always get a pre-listing home inspection, which will actually give you a list of things to tackle before you put your home on the market. And what's great about this is even though you spend a couple $100s doing it, you will be prepared by the time somebody has already made an offer and they have their home inspection. You'll know what you've done. You'll know what was already seen by an inspector. And the best part is you can complete those tasks on your timeline. So that means you're not scrambling for 2 weeks before closing, trying to get something fixed or trying to get somebody out there to repair something. You've already finished it and you're probably going to save yourself a bunch of money just by doing that alone. So now we have 10 things you should do when you are looking to sell your home, plus a bonus tip. I hope this video was informative, and if you haven't already, please give it a like, and I hope to catch you on the next video. Get